Speaking of people outside the 40-yard lines, let's go ahead and take a look at this clip of Tucker Carlson on the Sean Ryan show that just, I don't know if you saw this, Ryan.
No, and what I hadn't, what one of the things I love about this show is getting educated about the insanity that's going on and just the wild circus that's going on the right now. Because I need somebody to safari me through this jungle.
Gladly, I'll be the Sherpa here. This is Tucker Carlson making a comment that you might not think would be controversial, but the libertarians were quite upset with it. We can roll.
And on the Republican Party, which is almost to the point where it's just useless, and I'm going to have to oppose it because I hate them too much, but because they're such betrayers. But anyway, in the Republican Party, it's like, you a socialist? Are you from Mondani? No, not really a socialist. Just, I don't want any more dollar stores. I don't want high density housing in my neighborhood. I don't want any more fucking strip malls that nobody goes to. No more karate studios and vape shops. Like, how about no? Ooh, socialist? You don't believe in the free market because you bribed a fucking county commissioner to build more garbage? You don't even live here? Mm-hmm. In a normal society, we'd like burn your strip mall down. But you can't do that here. You can't turn my women into prostitutes. Sorry, OnlyFans. And you can't destroy the landscape that I live in. No. How about no? That's not crazy, is it?
We could probably stop it there.
Funded. No. And you can't take all my tax dollars and then refuse to do anything about child molestation.
Yeah.
Like the whole reason you exist, county commissioners, is to protect my daughters from getting molested.
Fair point. But people lost their minds, particularly over the dollar store comment, Ryan. And the old right was out in spades saying, rich guy hates dollar stores. And it's amazing because there's a wide variety of research that's been done over time showing dollar stores increase the likelihood of the small local grocery store, the small local guy being run out of business as soon as that dollar store comes into town. And so it's not as though dollar stores are uncontroversial in rural places or actually in inner city places at all. But of course, God forbid, you say something like that. I mean, also the sentiment about the Republican Party is just like typical Tea Party era stuff. But the dollar stores, don't attack the dollar stores because God forbid we go after the dollar stores.
Yeah, and this is an interesting one to try to parse because the people who shop at dollar stores do not like dollar stores. Like
or work at them.
They hate them the most. They shop there because it's the only choice. And the system that we've built has left them with nothing but this dollar store. If they had any other options, certainly any other option to work, but any other option to shop, they would take that option. It reminds me of, did you see this Campbell Soup executive?
I saw you tweeting about it, and I was like, why the hell is Ryan tweeting about Campbell Soup?
There's this Campbell Soup exec is getting dragged for saying that their ravioli, their like beef ravioli is disgusting or whatever, and nobody knows what's in it, or whatever she said or he said, and it's like, yeah, like everybody who's eating it is saying the same thing. Like there's nobody that thinks this is anything other than like mystery meat, and they're making fun of themselves while they're eating it. Now they don't want you making fun of them. They would prefer to be eating something else. In general, some of their stuff is great.
I agree.
Yeah.
Here we have the video from Griffin.
Some of it you're like,
anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it. Look at me, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. The recording of.
Yeah, I mean that's how anybody's gonna feel about those products, those super processed. Fired. Like what even is this kind of product?
Now,
people are mistaking what people do out of necessity for like their culture and how they want to defend their culture. Like there's nobody who's like, my culture is the dollar store, and how dare you say something about it?
Right.
Now it's how dare a rich person? Like it's one of those things. Like it's It's like your family. Like you can criticize them, but you don't really want somebody else to say it.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and I mean, first of all, I think Tucker was speaking pretty casually there, but also just this idea that you have a massive global chain that sells all kinds of junk, and to Ryan's point, what they'll do is run the local guy out of business. And then do you think maybe when it's safe, they raise prices again? Do you think maybe that's what happens? Of course, that's what happens. Do you think maybe they get, do you think maybe they get really shitty about working conditions? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Once they've driven the other stores out, then they close some of their own stores and make you drive even further. Yeah.
And this is why your odds of having a better customer experience and worker experience with a local chain where the person has a stake in the community, because they're going to the PTA meetings, they're going to church, they're playing baseball, whatever, with you.
Well, yes,
it's not always perfect. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
I'll add something unpopular. A lot of these small business owners in these small towns where you've known them your entire life,
Scrooge,
total jerks.
Yeah, I mean, of course, of course.
So
they're human beings.
A lot of them are terrible bosses and terrible jerks.
Yeah, but you're going to have a terrible boss no matter what. I guess I'd just rather be someone, the devil you know, versus the devil who's somewhere in Midtown Manhattan, and you have to get through 5 layers of calls just to talk to somebody with a problem.
That's true.
To return your damn stuff.
He's our SOB at least. Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, it does increase the likelihood that you'll have. I mean, I think it genuinely does increase the likelihood that you'll have somebody who has an incentive to have a good reputation in the community. Therefore, their incentive is not necessarily the GDP. Their incentive is to do a good job in the community because they have social ties that go along with more social ties that go along with their economic ties to the community. So anyway,
just saying that mom and pop are often pretty cranky. That's all I'm saying.
They've been Ebenezer Scrooge, a mom and pop shop.
That's true. That's right.
But yeah, this clip just the defenders of the dollar store. It was remarkable to see all these like conservative writers come out of the woodwork, being like, "Rich guy hates the dollar store, and we're supposed to believe he's a class warrior." Ha! Got him.
So I thought. So I watched this and I'm like, all right, let's see what's the controversy here. I thought it was going to be that the Republican Party is awful and I need to oppose it. Like, I thought that was going to be the thing that people were animated about. But no, they
were mad about that too.
They're mad about that as well.
But again, like, I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on Republican voters have a pretty high level of support right now for the Republican Party, though it waxes and wanes. Unlike Dems, who have very low favorability of the Democratic Party right now, historically low favorability of the Democratic Party right now. But if you talk like that at most like county party headquarters, people are going to be like, "Yep," because they assume you're talking about the like elite, the Republican elite. They assume you're talking about like Lindsey Graham or something. So also didn't strike me as that crazy either.
Well, so we need actually we have a main reporter who's been covering the Graham-Plattner race for us, Nathan Bernard. Maybe I'm going to have to ask him to go find out what strip mall was built on a road that's between Tucker's cabin and the river where he goes fishing every day. Because clearly some county commissioner got bribed by some developer to build a vape shop. We know everything that's in the strip mall. There's a vape shop. There's a dollar store. What was the third thing he was complaining about? A karate studio.
That one's funny.
There's a karate studio. So, okay, Nathan, if you're watching this, because I'm trying not to work as much on the holidays, so this is how I'll sign the story. See if you can find the strip mall with the karate studio, the vape shop, and the dollar store that has Tucker Carlson ready to declare war on the Republican Party because
we want to know what happened with the county commissioner.
And the owner does not live there. We know that. So these are the things we know.
Yeah, I think your experience in Vermont, I mean, I've always thought it was sort of like Vermont's billboard. When you're coming up in the conservative movement, that's sort of looked at like as hippie nonsense. But I feel like the difference between the old right and the new right is looking at Vermont protecting the aesthetics of the like highway and saying, actually, I don't think that's an infringement on the rights of the free market. The free marketeers who want to sell their vapes or whatever on the highway. This is one of the most beautiful places in the world.
And it's really fun that Vermont and New Hampshire share this massive border because you just go from Vermont into New Hampshire, and like the hippie, communal focused approach gives way immediately to the libertarian approach. Like
strip malls, as far as the eye can see.
Where we lived, like you had to go over there if you wanted to go to the Walmart or any of the big box stores, which is right across the border. Liquor laws different. But yes, it just looks wildly different. The billboards and the strip malls and the character as a result is different.
Yeah. Well, that I guess is a good place to leave it for the pre-Thanksgiving show, Ryan, because Anna, we're leaving it here.
Let's give one update on our
that's like Honduras.
Afton Bain. Well, yeah, okay, we can roll.
We can keep rocking here. This is premature.
That's right. I have a 9:30 podcast. So I have a couple more minutes. So Afton Bain, there's a new poll out that has her down by 2 points.
Ooh.
This is the special election for what's his name, Mark Green. Mark Green's seat in Nashville stretches from Nashville and a bunch of rural areas outside of it. Latest poll has her down. I think down. Was it down to or up to? I'm pretty sure it was down to. But this is a plus 22 district, and she has been getting just blasted with her podcast. Like
and sometimes rightfully so, because wow.
Well, it's an inverse, or it's a parallel even, not even inverse, to Plattner in some ways. Plattner inadvisably spent 15 years vomiting all of his darkest thoughts onto Reddit. Afton Bain has spent years vomiting all of her thoughts, dark and otherwise, into a podcast.
Yeah, not anonymous.
Not anonymous at all.
Not P Hustle.
Not P Hustle. So then there was the one, I think though that they're overemphasizing the I Hate Nashville one, because that's almost too absurd. And I think people will quickly understand that the parallel would be like if a New Yorker said, I hate Times Square.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's right.
It's like, yeah, of course, everybody hates Times Square except the tourists.
Yeah.
And so she's talking about the tourist area. Whereas some of the other ones are almost worse. He's talking about, people who don't have kids and like, she can have more power with that. Like, it's like, whoa.
And it was 2020, so it was like as this wave of elephant in the Zoom politics, as Ryan once wrote, was cresting, and everyone. I mean, nobody really thought it was going to go away. Everyone kind of thought it was going to be there for a while, and you had to be on the right side of it. You had to talk the right way about it.
Yeah. So we'll say that election is coming up. I think that today may be the last day of early voting or something, and then we'll say. You think she has any shot at all?
I think she has a shot of
like less than 1%, maybe.
Yeah, but it's certainly in a, what did you say, plus 20 something district. Yeah. It's certainly a statement if you get close, and that can energize the local grassroots folks. So Afton Bain, Breaking Point's viewer, that is a race that we are watching closely. We had a few minutes with her last Friday that ended up, of course, on Fox News. Why else? Or where else? Producer Griffin asking Afton Bain about her podcast has gone very, very, asking her about her podcast remarks on Nashville that Ryan just referenced has gone very, very viral. Agree, they're probably over.
And apparently Fox is playing our Friday show interview.
Yeah, the one from last week. Yep. Congrats, Griffin. You should have said hi, Mom.
Which one did they play?
They played. So they played the one. Griffin keeps popping into your ear. I thought you guys could hear him, but you can't. He's offering very helpful tidbits throughout the show. But they played the moment where Griffin asked Afton Bain about her Nashville comments on the podcast, and she said that she was conceived to a George Strait song. Honestly, to Ryan's point, maybe not as much of a disaster as people might think. And
what's wrong with that? Yeah,
there you go. She said, "I don't hate country music. I was conceived to a George Strait song." But if you're a real country fan like me, you don't love George Strait. So that's a little different.
So maybe that's the problem with that.
That's the problem. Comment. George Strait is too soft.
But it's also stolen country valor. Like, your parents liked George Strait.
True.
And people were looking it up. It sounds like they played in February of '89 in Florida.
People are looking this up.
Yes.
Oh, God.
You got to fact check a claim like this.
That's hilarious.
So her parents, if they were in Florida in February, then that might be where they saw George Strait play.
Or they were just listening to George Strait on the radio.
And they just either they had a false memory or they lied to her. Do you also, why are you telling your daughter that?
Don't tell your kids that. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show, ad-free, and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.